Presidential elections held in Brazil last year saw Jair Bolsonaro lose to Lula da Silva. But before the elections, Brazil's Supreme Court judge Alexandre de Moraes appointed himself as the election commissioner. He banned the messaging app Telegram after the opposition raised voice against the platform. Bolsonaro's supporters on Twitter and Facebook were suspended en masse. In many ways, Alexandre de Moraes weakened Bolsonaro and paved the way for Lula's victory. Democracy was attacked in Brazil, but survived, he said while justifying his actions in a program held in New York after the election. Even the USA showed a lot of interest in Brazilian elections. A few months before the elections, the CIA chief met Bolsonaro. He told Bolsonaro not to create any controversy in Brazil's election. Not only the CIA chief, but several US diplomats also gave similar warnings to Bolsonaro before the elections. There were reports that America interfered in Brazil's elections. Exactly similar conditions are seen in India right now. Soros' recent comments against Modi led to a lot of controversy. He indirectly sent a message to his ecosystem to defeat Modi, saying that he is a danger to democracy. A few days later, the Supreme Court appointed a committee to select the Chief Election Commissioner. Normally, CEC is selected by the Prime Minister and is approved by the President. But SC called for a reform. The committee includes the Prime Minister, the Leader of the Opposition, and the Chief Justice. They will recommend a name and the President will appoint them. SC also clarified that if no party gets opposition status, then the opposition party with the highest number of seats will be part of the committee. According to the Article 324 of the Constitution, the CEC and the ECs shall be appointed by the President with the aid and advice of the Council of Ministers till Parliament enacts a law fixing the criteria for selection, conditions of the service and tenure. It is no exaggeration to say that the Supreme Court has committed a violation of Constitution. It brought this new reform after hearing some of the other arguments along with the PIL filed by Prashant Bhushan. It is not only necessary to mention what kind of problems Prashant Bhushan has created in the country. The comments made by the bench when they were discussing Prashant Bhushan's PIL led to a huge uproar. SC recommended CJI's inclusion in CEC selection and claimed it would bring transparency. Now that is what exactly happened. Prashant Bhushan also said that a collegium-like system should be adopted to select CEC. He also praised collegium, saying it is better than the government. That is exactly what the court did now. The court, which talks about democracy and transparency, does not agree to any change in the appointment of judges. Recently, there has been a lot of opposition among the people regarding the appointment of judges, their comments and judgments. We don't need to talk about how the comments made by the judges in the case of Nupur Sharma have led to a lot of uproar. Not only that, Law Minister Kiren Rijiju also strongly condemned the court's unilateral strike down of sedition law when the government was reviewing it. The court appointed a committee to review the farm laws when the farmers' movement was at its height, which shook the nation's capital. But the verdict of the committee was not revealed. The member of the committee later said the laws would be beneficial for the farmers. If the court made this public, maybe things would have been different. The court recently heard the Adani Hindenburg case and directed CBI to investigate the matter and submit the report within 2 months. A committee was also appointed to examine the report. It appointed O.P. Bhatt, K.V. Kamath, Nandan Nilekani, Somashekar Sundaresan, and retired Justice J.P. Devadar as members. This also created a lot of controversy. One of the committee members, Somashekar Sundaresan, is one of the Oxfam board members. This organization often engages in anti-India activities. The FCRA license of this NGO was cancelled in December 2021, and the central government agencies are investigating it for involvement in financial irregularities. Apart from that, this organization also receives funds from Soros, and the Soros members who targeted Adani is now a member of the committee investigating the organization. Then there is Nandan Nilekani, who is the co-founder of Infosys. In 2014, he contested as an MP from Karnataka on a Congress ticket and lost. His wife funds left web portals The Wire, The Caravan and other media outlets through Azim Premji's IPSMF NGO. In an earlier interview, when asked about her favorite philanthropic organization, she praised Soros Open Society Foundation. Before a judge is appointed, central agencies like RAW, Intelligence Bureau give a report to the government. Considering that if they are not suitable, the government recommends to appoint someone else. According to the Official Secrets Act, there is a condition that no one should divulge a report given by the government. But the judges released a secret report, which was condemned by Kiren Rijiju. Recently, the court has been involved in many disputes. Rijiju said that the government should have a role in appointment of judges exactly at this time. The strange thing is that the court, which is participating in the activities of the government, does not accept the involvement of others in its own selection. The point to be noted here is that the system that the government has brought in place of the collegium is almost similar to the one that the court is now using to appoint the CEC. We know that the government has brought NJSC instead of collegium for appointment of the judges. It has 6 members. The CJI will be accompanied by 2 Supreme Court judges, the law minister, and 2 eminent personalities. They are elected by the Prime Minister as well as the leader of the opposition. One of these 2 shall be female or belong to SC, ST or minority. The Supreme Court, which rejected NJSC proposed by the government for appointing judges, is only using it for the appointment of election commissioner. The judiciary has been interfering in the executive domain a lot in these days. The president and vice president who have noticed this have said many times that the court should refrain themselves by not crossing the line. Looks like judges don't care about anyone now. With this order, judges now pave the way to government looking to change the collegium system. The judges said that the new committee is bringing transparency in CEC selection. The government can also bring a new policy to bring the same transparency in the appointment of judges and end the nepotism which is plaguing the Indian judiciary.
Please subscribe to Nationalist Hub English channel for more interesting videos, and don't forget to like and share this video. Nationalist Hub, it's a news revolution.